When you take the DJI Neo 2 out of the box for the very first time, it feels like one of those devices that just wants you to start flying immediately. The body is small, the design is friendly, and everything about it says, go outside and have fun. But the reality is very different. The Neo 2 hides a lot of depth. A lot of features are not active when you first turn it on, and if you ignore them, your flights will feel limited, your shots will not look as clean as they could, and some of the smartest tools this little drone has very simply will not show up. Today we are fixing all of that, and these are 10 things you should do right away, not next week. Not when you run into a problem, right now, before your first real session. Let us start with the most important one, and honestly the most boring one, updating every battery. When you power on the Neo 2 for the first time, it runs a standard firmware update. Most people let it run once and think they are done, but the Neo 2 uses intelligent flight batteries, and each of these batteries has its own firmware that needs to be updated individually. Inside every battery is a tiny processor. It controls charging, power output, cooling, and safety logic. If the firmware does not match the drone, you lose features and sometimes even lose full flight performance. So after the main update finishes, remove the battery, put your second one in, reconnect the phone, and wait for the small update prompt that appears at the top right of the screen. Accept it and let it finish. Repeat this for every battery you own. If you skip this step, the drone might warn you in the field, force restricted modes, deact, or refuse certain flight functions. Doing this at home saves you all that confusion and gives you a clean baseline before you start flying for real. The next thing is shaping your quick modes. This is one of the hidden strengths of the Neo 2, but it is also one of the things most people never touch. Out of the box, the drone only shows a small set of quick shot modes on the screen, but the drone supports more than that. They are simply not activated until you tell it what you want. Go into the settings and open the Customize Modes menu. You will see two lists. The modes above the line are the ones that will appear on the drone. The ones below the line are hidden. You can drag anything you want from the bottom list up to the top. Dolly zoom, circle follow, helix, dynamic follow, and more. If you do not bring them up to the top, they will never show up on the drone screen, especially when you fly without your phone. This is one of those 1-minute adjustments that completely changes how flexible the drone feels. When the right tools are only one tap away, the drone feels like it belongs to you, not just a default setup. Now we activate hand gestures. This is something a lot of people try on their very first flight. They stand in front of the drone, wave their hands, wait for it to respond, and nothing happens. And the reason is simple. Gesture control is turned off by default. To activate it, connect your phone, open the app, tap the little palm icon, and follow the short tutorial. Once this is done, you can launch, record, take photos, and stop recording without touching any buttons. When you are filming yourself, when you are hiking, or when your hands are full, this becomes such a helpful tool. It makes the drone feel less like a gadget and more like a partner that understands what you want. Next, let us talk about obstacle avoidance. This is where the Neo 2 begins to show its personality. You have three choices: off, brake, and bypass. When you turn obstacle avoidance off, the drone gives you full control with no protection. When you set it to brake, the drone sees an obstacle, slows down, and stops before hitting it. When you choose bypass, the drone tries to find a path around the obstacle and keep moving smoothly. Inside bypass, you get two more styles, normal and nifty. Normal keeps a safe distance, nifty flies closer to obstacles to keep your shot cleaner and more dramatic. If you are flying around trees, narrow streets, or tight spots. Bypass with nifty feels very smooth and cinematic. If you are new to flying or filming in unfamiliar places, brake is a safer option. And if you are using FPV goggles, many pilots turn obstacle avoidance off completely because the interruptions can break the flow. This is one of the settings that shapes the entire feel of the drone. Picking the right one before you take off makes the drone feel tuned to your flying style. Now, we move to camera settings. The Neo 2 remembers whatever camera settings you chose the last time you used it. That means the very first time you set up your resolution, your frame rate, your color profile, and whether you want horizontal or vertical shooting, the drone treats those as its permanent defaults until you change them again. So take the time to set this properly. If you want 4K at 60 frames, set it. If you want vertical shooting for social clips, set it. If you want a cinematic color style instead of the sharp default look, set it. The camera does not guess what you want, it simply repeats whatever you last used, so do this once at the start and you save yourself a lot of interruptions later. Next, something that makes a huge difference in your day, charging speed. The battery hub for the Neo 2 can charge 3 batteries in roughly 1 hour, but only if you use a high wattage USB-C charger. Something like a 65 watt charger is perfect. If you use a low wattage charger, the drone will take ages, and if you tried charging the battery inside the drone, the charging speed drops to around 15 watts, which feels painfully slow. Always pull the battery out and charge using the hub. It is faster, more efficient, and far better for your workflow. Now we get into something that affects your footage immediately. Sharpness. Out of the box, the Neo 2 produces a video that is slightly too sharp. The edges on leaves, grass, and buildings look a bit crunchy and digital. Reducing the sharpness from 0 to -2 gives the image a natural, smooth, and more cinematic feel. But here's the catch. You cannot change sharpness from the phone app. You need a controller or the FPV goggles to enter the advanced camera menu. Once you lower sharpness, every shot looks cleaner. This is one of the smallest but most impactful changes you can make to your camera quality. The next thing is deciding whether you want DJI Care Refresh. On the Neo 2, it is quite cheap compared to bigger drones. If something goes wrong, if you crash, if you lose signal, if you misjudge a gap, the replacement is quick and affordable. Care Refresh removes a lot of fear when filming in tricky locations. The only thing you must remember is that it needs to be activated within 48 hours of activating the drone. If you forget, you cannot add it later. Now let us talk about ND filters. Bright sunlight forces your shutter speed very high, which makes moving footage look jittery or too sharp. ND filters fix this instantly, and ND16 or ND32 on a sunny day gives your footage smooth, natural motion. You do not need them every day, but once you start using them, especially for moving shots, the difference is so big that you will not want to fly without them. And the final step is the most invisible but the most powerful, learning the drone's personality. The Neo 2 is tiny in your hand, but in the air it behaves like something much bigger. It learns how you like to fly. If you repeat a coastline shot, the drone begins to anticipate the wind. If you fly quick orbits, it gently smooths out your acceleration and braking. If you fly through narrow spaces, it trims micro movements automatically. Spending just 20 minutes experimenting teaches you how the drone reacts in wind, how it slows down, how it climbs, how it rotates, and how it compensates for gusts. Understanding these patterns instantly improves your footage, like you stop fighting the drone and start working with it. When that happens, your shots look like they came from someone with years of experience. These 10 steps unlock the real DJI Neo 2. Better stability, better image quality, better tracking, safer flying, and a cleaner workflow. Set things up properly once, and the drone rewards you every time you take off. If you want deeper testing, long-term updates, or comparisons with other drones, let me know. And if you are opening the Neo 2 for the first time, the next videos will help you get even more out of it. As always, thank you for watching till the end, and I will see you in the next one.